Thanks for playing World of Tanks, and thanks for taking a look at this World of Tanks video. You see here I'm in my Tier 9 Centurion 7/1 in an early package for it. It's not very good. It's basically a slightly better Tier 8 vehicle here for this match, involving mostly 9s and some 10s, maybe a few 8s. This match here, nothing amazing. It's just kind of a short, simple example of how you can kind of respond to that, what you can do for your team, even though maybe you don't have a vehicle that's incredibly effective for the match that you're in. Again, this is basically just a fast reloading Tier 8 gun. That's all that this is, and maybe I've got a few extra hit points. The armor is no different. It's the exact same armor that the Tier 8 vehicle in this line has, with the turret that I've got on the package. There at the beginning I was like taking a drink or finishing a text message or something, so I wasn't running around right at the beginning. That's okay. Another YouTuber who's a lot better player than I am has commented on having learned taking out the trash or something, coming back a little ways in, learn the value of just making sure that you have hit points at the end of the match. You don't necessarily need to run around and get shot up right away. Not that you want to hold back, not that you want to force your teammates to, play the match for you. Just that there is a lot of value, and not necessarily here. For example, I decided I don't need to go forward there. That's kind of an unsafe place for me to go to, and it turns out that that's a wise decision, as an enemy vehicle does pop up in position to have a shot on me. If I'd been continued forward there, I would have been in a bad position for me, a good position for the enemy vehicles. So here, it's a Tier 10 medium. I'm a tier 9 medium that doesn't have a great package. I'm not going to win that fight if I just sort of try to duke it out. So basically I'm just using this cover and trying to keep that enemy more or less right there where he's at. If that enemy is up there where he's at, you see that he has that keeps that targeting thing keeps coming up, indicating that there's an enemy with a gun pointed at me, basically. But as long as that enemy vehicle is where they're at, I know that they're not damaging me. I'm using this cover, and I know that they're not damaging my ally vehicles. My ally vehicles then have an opportunity to do their fighting without, being flanked, being attacked, being harassed by that Patton right there in front of me. And it turns out here you're going to see that there's a second enemy medium up in there who's been shooting at me probably, and also who I've been basically holding in position. That's a huge advantage for our team. It's basically a 1-on-2 here that our team is effectively winning, or at least that's a win, right? If it takes one of our guys to hold off two of their guys, and basically a kind of a stalemate situation, that's an advantage for us. That's one of our guys out of the fight and two of their guys out of the fight. That's the point there. Now here they kind of seem to not be spotting me, not be targeting me. I'm thinking either. Yeah, you can see that medium coming in behind me there, so I'm using the building, keeping the building as much as I can between the enemy medium and I. The ally's getting shots on him, and there's a medium kind of behind me, also contributing there, just getting a shot in. Maybe that was a destroyer, I'm not for sure. That's probably a medium, I think, but that medium kind of takes off. I'm kind of thinking either he's going to circle back or again continue around the corner of the building. Not really sure. There you can see him spying on, figuring out where he's going. And that medium behind me, medium supporting me, and I both get a shot there at the end. Here's another kind of interesting situation. Sometimes in these kind of city maps, there are these holes in the buildings that are not irrelevant. A lot of times you'll find yourself getting shot. You're not sure where it's coming from. Sometimes it's from a vehicle, enemy vehicle shooting you from one of these holes in the buildings or whatever. You can see that in the context of these close quarters here, I switched to that circle mini map, and here I'm going to switch back, basically trying to figure out where the last couple enemy vehicles are at. Again, no major numbers here, not an impressive match in terms of like damage dealt or anything like that. It is cool just to kind of show that even though I wasn't necessarily going to come out here and be the best tank on the map, or go out and be the best to fight the enemy vehicles, I held off two enemy vehicles with my one, allowing the rest of my team to have an upper hand in their fights and deal a lot of damage. and win the match. I'm okay with that. Given I didn't have any extra bonuses selected on my own, but just what Wargaming has set up kind of automatically for me. Come away with almost 5,000 experience points. That's not too bad for just kind of preserving a flank. I had my back to my allies, they had their backs to me, we were all protected. Pretty good setup. Thanks for playing World of Tanks, and thanks for taking a look at this World of Tanks video.